All right. Well, as you may have noticed, I have been most of the last 6 or 7 days without much in the way of video. And there's good reason for that. Migraines are a royal something or other. Yeah. But I think I'm finally past the worst of that. And so I can get back to doing some stuff and some assorted things and so on. Let's see. I have been on here a little bit. I haven't done much anything with the trees. Harvested the acacia a few times. But I've decided since then that I need to wait on tree harvesting until I have an axe with fortune on it. Because I do want to make the most of my sapling gain from the leaves. So, yeah. And I've also had time to give some thought, and I have created a quote request that I'm going to be dropping off at Scar's Armor Shop for some assorted goodies, like, for example, tools and weapons that will all have efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, and mending, a pickaxe with fortune 3, a pickaxe with silk touch, a shovel with silk touch, an axe with fortune 3, a sword with looting 3, fire aspect and knockback, armor with all pieces having protection, unbreaking, thorns, and mending. Get some aqua affinity and respiration on a helmet. Chestplate and leggings are good enough with the other things, and boots with depth strider. And, you know, I should have probably put feather falling on that. I don't know. To do that, I'd have to rewrite and make a new book, and I don't want to bother with that right now. I want to get some stuff done. I've spent a lot of time mining and so on. And now I think it's time to head out over to the shopping district, both to drop off this request for a price quote and to see about putting together something of a shop, because I think I'm one of the few, if not the only person left that has not got a shop going. So it's time to get shop set up. All right, here we are. Scar's Armor Shop. I kind of like how there's cats all over the place. Pretty much everywhere on this area. Kind of keeps the creeper population under control. Alright, let's see. Special order tools and order books. Okay. Special orders. I guess the special orders go there. Alright. Quote request. Dropped off. Good. Got a quote on some things there. And now I need to find a place on here in which to build something resembling a shop. And that could be challenging. Let's see. Izuma's new Purpur block shop. I really wish they had named that something else. I mean, seriously. Purpur? That sounds so bad. It really does. Okay, anyway. Find a decent place in which to build a shop. A new mending store. Oh boy. Well. What's this big black thing? A dragon head? Oh boy. The Mending Camp. Purchased today. Mending books 10 diamonds apiece. That's funny. iBook sells them for 5 diamonds. What's that? Oh, man. Dragon head. What do we got here? What? Night vision potion. Oh, cute. That's something. You walk in, you hit a tripwire, and you get a random potion. Come back later, no stock yet. Okay. As you can see, there's a lot of shops here. Oh, Tango's new iron shop. The Iron Works. Let's have a look. 64 iron bars for a diamond. Of course, there's lots of it here. Anvils for three for a diamond. 1 for 8 hoppers. Stuff on here, on this wall is free. Iron swords, iron picks, and iron armor and stuff. 1 diamond for each stack. Tripwire hooks, buckets, cauldrons, iron trapdoors, iron doors. I mean, who's ever going to need that many iron doors? Not me, I know that. Now the rail, that's a different matter. Okay, well, pretty good place though. Yeah. Meanwhile, oh boy. We've got a chicken place here. This is Mumbo's that he put up first. And now there's another one right across the street. Free cake for all customers. Thank you. I'm not a customer yet, but I might be. Yeah. And I've seen that one before. I think it's not finished yet, so I'm not going in there. Anyway, I'm going to look around, see if I can find a good likely spot for a store. Alright, I've given it some thought, and I think that probably right here, not far from the portal, you know, nice and convenient location, is going to be the winner. So let's clear a little bit of this out and get started here. Now, I'm not even going to try to come up with any kind of a super fancy, amazing, unbelievable shop design. Well, it might be unbelievable, but not necessarily in a good way. Let's see. Stone brick, the mossy kind. Alright. Right about here. Alright. And I want to use the diorite, of course. And I did get the width odd, so that's good. And I think that's basically the kind of thing I'm going to do. It's going to be a square boxy shape, I know. And I know a lot of people hate that, but right now I'm just going to stick with something I can actually work with. And so I'm going to work on this, dig it back into the hillside a little bit, I think. Kind of like back in here like so. Yeah, let's keep some torches in here. Plenty out there. Alright, yeah. I'm going to work on this, bring it back into the hillside a little bit, and make sure there's plenty of room for everything, and just throw together something reasonable-ish. We'll see how it turns out. Alright, well, as potentially terrible as it may look, that's the place right there. And I don't know, maybe it doesn't look terrible, you tell me. I'm still not sure about the slab floor. It sounded like a great idea because that way there's no spawning issues and whatnot, and it gives this thing here where the windows don't quite start at floor level without actually blocking a whole block's worth of height and so on. But I'm still not sure about that. Alright, I think wherever I'm going to put chests, however, that the slabs need to come up for that, so let's see. Oh, that doesn't work. That's where the odd numbers work against you. Alright, maybe just... Alright, let's lose the slabs. It was a interesting idea, I suppose, but it doesn't really work. Better to just keep the place lit. Alright, I'll have to get rid of those. Let's see. Yeah, get rid of this. Now, what's going to be for sale here is basically whatever items I can come up with. I'm not going to settle on any one particular theme. You know, I'm not going to just stick with just one kind of thing to sell. I'm not sure about that either. The floor being down a block from the door. I'm not too sure about that. But you know something? That's what I'm going to do for right now. As goofy as it sounds, it's different. And different can be good. Okay. Yeah, dark oak stairs for the roof with slab down the center and so on. Should be, well, I don't know. I think the main thing I have to do now is make several trips to bring out stuff that is going to be sold, set up the pricing signs and so on, and maybe rearrange how I've got these chests in here, because this is still not quite doing it for me. Like this, having this narrow aisle coming in right down the door, right in the, just inside the door. No good. None whatsoever. And I'm thinking maybe the sunken floor isn't such a great idea. Although maybe it could work. Just think here. Let me think a second here. Just try it and see. Okay, you got things here, chests right there, and on top of each chest, a sign indicating what's in it and what's for sale. That leaves room, perhaps, for more chests to be, well, let's see, chests are there, the signs be one block up, so, say, one more block up, have more chests with signs actually on them. Now this is assuming I have that many different kinds of things to sell. At first, at least, ain't gonna happen. In fact, I could end up taking some of these out and end up specializing a little bit by whatever items are easiest to have a larger amount of. But for right now, I'm going to take probably an hour or so and make several trips back and forth to bring in some goods and get this place started being ready for business, sort of, kinda. Alright, so here we are, the cornucopia of excellent goods at low prices. And in here we do have an assortment of goods. At 4 stacks for a diamond, we have polished diorite. to be soon joined by other materials of a similar nature. 3 stacks of chicken are available for a diamond. At 1 stack per diamond, we have blocks of coal, blocks of obsidian, stacks of a redstone block, and lapis blocks. And we have assortments of wood here at 2 stacks for a diamond. And there's nothing in that one yet. I've still got more material I need to move. And over here, at the low price of 7 stacks for 1 diamond, feathers. Yeah. Okay, well, there are many other things that I will be bringing in over time, but I think I've done about all of that setting up that I'm going to do for right now, because most of this stuff I'm bringing in from Guts, and Guts is a 7.5 minute trip at a full sprint one way. Yeah. So I think that's going to be about it for today. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.